Cathy.
And I'm Charmaine.
And we're back here to talk to you about buying land in Jamaica and what our top 5 tips are. So let's jump right in. Tip number 1, do your research. And I know that sounds fairly generic, but we actually have thought about this in depth for at least a year. And why I say that is because you need to understand how much land you're going to want to purchase and look for. Also, most importantly, where on the island you want to buy it. There's many parishes to choose from, and you're going to want to do your research as far as, what it is that you're looking for. Sea views, mountain views, inland, what parish, because each parish has its own pros and cons.
Right. And, for me, right, I really liked St. Mary, St. Elizabeth, and Portland, right? I just love Portland because it's lush, it's quiet, it's not a lot of, activity like other parishes per se, right? Especially in terms of crime and so on. So, and that is why too, we landed on Portland.
Yeah, and also, the closer you get to the sea, the more expensive the price is. So you have to take that into consideration as well as far as what your budget might be.
Definitely. All right, so tip number 2. Are you going the realtor route or not? Right, so the realtor route. I believe you should take the realtor route if you don't know Jamaica and if you don't have anyone in Jamaica. So for us, originally, we started the realtor route and we went on sites like Valerie, Levy, or what's the other one? Realtor.com. Right? And so you'll see a variety of properties, and they make it easy in that the realtors, their numbers are there, you can WhatsApp them and so on, being that if you're overseas and so on.
Yeah, but remember the pictures on all the sites?
Well, yes.
So that's what that was?
Yeah, that is a downside too. The pictures aren't magnificent. Like, the pictures don't tell you exactly what you're getting or so on. So even if you go the realtor route, you'll probably have to go and view the land yourself.
Yeah.
So think about, you're going to be having to spend some time to do all of that. And that is part of your research as well.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, the no realtor route. The no realtor route is good in that if you know someone in Jamaica, or if you are a Jamaican living overseas, what you can do is you can take some time out and drive around the island, right? Because a lot of times you have people just selling land, right? You see a for sale sign up, maybe because they don't want to go the realtor route, because remember, when you go through a realtor, you have to pay 5% to the realtor, right? So driving around, you'll be surprised that you'll be able to find land as well by doing that.
And that's what we did.
Right.
We had somebody go drive around Portland, and that's how we found this land. There was a sign up on the post,
yes,
saying land for sale.
Call this number. Right? So
that's how we ended up with the land. All right, tip number 3. I think this is pretty key, especially if you're somebody like myself, a foreigner overseas buying land. The number one thing you're going to need to do is get what's called a TRN number, and that is a tax registration number. You have to have that in order to really do anything down in Jamaica. So
right,
you can do that at the local parish. You need to go in and just sign up for that. But you're absolutely going to need that if you want to do anything down in Jamaica, especially purchase land.
Right, and that's simply saying, right, that you don't have to be a Jamaican citizen to buy land in Jamaica. You just need that TRN number that Cathy spoke about, and you can get that at I think it's the tax office, the government office in whatever parish All right, so tip number 4, right? So you have gone through all these things, you have done your research, you have contacted a realtor, or you have, gotten your land, you have your TRN number and stuff. So you have found this land that you want to buy, right? A key thing to do is to get a survey ID report done. What the survey ID report does is that it actually identifies the boundaries of the land, and it also says, okay, this is the land, right? Because talking to realtors and stuff, mistakes do happen, right? Even if you go the realtor route, mistakes do happen, and sometimes you ended up getting the piece of land on the left when you actually wanted the piece of land on the right? So a survey ID report solves that issue. It says, okay, this is the land, this is the boundary, and this is the size.
Yeah, and that's key. This is the size.
That's key.
Because a lot of people will think they're buying 5 acres of land, and actually it's 3 or 4.2 or whatever the case may be. So protect yourself, and that's the first thing you do before you buy the land. And if somebody says no, you got to buy the land without the survey ID report, run. Do not buy that land.
Yes, red flag. And of course, this is something, it's for your peace of mind, so you will have to be footing this bill. Right? So that is key. And it also leads me to say too, when buying land, it's not just the value, or should I say value, or it's not just the cost of the land, right? You need to budget for other costs, and we will go into that in our next tip.
Yeah. So tip number 5, make sure you go through a good lawyer. It's so important, because you're going to make sure that the title of that land, when it gets transferred to you, you're actually validating that that person owns the land. And the lawyer will make sure that everything is ticked and tied about that transfer of title into your name. There are some cases where the title has 2 names on it, or 3 names on it, or that one name that's on it isn't the person that you're buying the land from.
Exactly, which is dangerous.
Very dangerous. So you're going to end up losing your money. They'll also take care of things like the money transfer. That's really important, that that's done by lawyer to lawyer. Sometimes people will say, oh, let's just go through a justice of the peace. No, it's like the survey ID report. It's a must. Go through a lawyer to make sure that everything is done and ticked and tied properly.
Right, and the purchasing of, it's a process. Right? It's not gonna happen immediately where I just pay you for the land and that's it. It's a process. And your lawyer will explain this to you. Your lawyer will give you a purchaser's account statement, and it will break down the different costs. So remember, I said to you there are additional costs that you will incur. So for example, agreement of sale, right? You will have to pay half of the agreement of sale. The purchaser and the vendor pays half. Stamp duty, you'll have to pay half, I think, and the vendor pays half, right? And there are other fees as well. And the lawyers will give you that statement so that you will see the breakdown of what you will be paying.
And one thing that we didn't really understand, which I think is important to talk about, is how the land actually gets assessed. Right? So maybe talk about that.
So the assessment of the land happens when the lawyer sends the agreement of sale and the transfer of land to the government office. Now, the government office will assess the value, right? So if the government agency believes that what the person is selling it for is too little, they'll come back and say, well, no, the land should be sold for this, right? Because remember, the government needs their taxes, right? So if they feel like the value is too low, they will say no, and then you will have to pay that difference. Not the difference in to the vendor, but the difference in taxes to the government.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you may think you're buying a piece of land for 10 million. The government's going to say, actually, it's worth 15 million, and you're going to have to pay the difference in the 5 million of taxes.
Taxes.
Yeah.
Right, because it's not that you're gonna give the vendor 5 million more. It's just the taxes of that 15 million that the government needs.
Yeah. So it's just one of those extra things that you may
Keep in mind
as you're thinking about that. So that's our top 5 tips. Let's go through them. Do your research. Realtor, no realtor. TRN number. Survey ID report. And find a great lawyer. I hope these help. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon.
Right, and I mean, ask us anything in the comment section that you'll want. Maybe we left something out. So we'll answer your questions. And of course, remember to like and subscribe.
Because we're low. We're working hard on the subscribers. We're not doing a good job.
Alright, so we'll see you in the next video.
Big up yourselves.
Thank you for watching.